Hello! Happy Cinco de Mayo! May the 5th! Yay! Welcome, friends! Glad to be back. This is a little sooner, a little shorter time span since my last video, which is great, but, well, and because the rest of May, I think it's going to get away from me. Lots of fun, exciting, new changes, some I can't talk about yet, and moving child back home from college is going to happen on Mother's Day. What a gift. I get to go clean a dorm room, whatever. Happy to have him home, get him to work, make money for the next year, and my cousin and I think are going to have a big garage sale Memorial Day weekend, so gotta prepare for that. Oh yeah, hi, I'm Julian Stitches. Julian Stitches 16 is the handle, and then Julian Stitches _16. I think there might be a few more underscores there on Instagram. Train just went off the tracks. This is a channel about primarily cross stitch. It's Flosstube. However, I also talk about other crafts and passions of mine. Crafts including knitting, crochet, very novice sewing, and I talk about some books. Today I finished a book. Hallelujah, I finished a book. It's really hard to fit all this stuff in. Just need to not have to work and then do all the things that we love, right? But we have to work to do the things we love, so here I am. And birds. Oh my gosh, you guys. My yard has been a buzz today. So exciting. Took me a while to start this because I can't keep my eyes off, and if you see my eyes wander, it's because I saw my first Oriole today. The Orioles are here. The Orioles are here. I saw 2 male grosbeaks and 2 female grosbeaks, so I must have 2 pairs of grosbeaks. Spring is officially here in Wisconsin. Thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you. And here's bird babble. Here's Julie's random bird facts for today. Oh, there's my Oriole. He's back. Oh gosh. Eat the jelly, eat the jelly. I had a plethora of BlueJays, or in the bird world, known as a band or a party of BlueJays. So I had to, take that opportunity to educate myself on the behavior of BlueJays. BlueJays will travel in packs like that for safety and protection. So the main cause of death for BlueJays is from other predators, hawks, eagles, I want to say, snakes, and some predatory mammals, I believe, too, I read. Please don't ever quote me and go look this up yourself, because there's no steel trap up here. Anyways, if they're in a band or a party, I like to say party, but band is fitting too because of the, BlueJays have that loud squawk. They can scare away a predator far more easily if they band together or squawk in chorus like a band, or a party, all right, to scare off predators. So it's also good for the other birds too, because we do have hawks in the area and they will swoop down. You can tell when there's one circling because all the birds all of a sudden just take off. The BlueJays, though, also, did you know BlueJays are not actually blue? They are brown. So when the light hits their wings, they have their wing structure will allow every color but blue through the wings. So we see blue, but if you were to take a blue jay wing and dry it out and crumble it, it would be brown. Unlike a cardinal actually has red pigment in its wings. So a cardinal, if you dried out the wing and crumbled it, it would be red, but a blue jay would be brown. So that's the other fact that I read, because science is cool. I love science. I love that. If you get a blue jay feather wet, if you find one, it won't see the blue, because then it won't allow the light spectrum through. There you go. There's your bird babble. Julie's bird babble of the day. But let's get on to cross stitch. Oh, I gotta show you this because I've forgotten the last two videos. So I'm gonna get it down. Excuse my standing. Okay, I'm gonna start with this so I don't forget again, because I have forgotten the last two videos. We went to an antique store when our dog had her last knee surgery, her TPLO, which, by the way, she's healed. She's healed in record time this time. I'm so happy. I am so thankful and grateful, and couldn't be more impressed with the vet that we took her to, and she gets to be a dog again. She gets to be a dog. She'll turn 5 on June 4th, and she finally gets to be a dog. It's been a long 5-6 months. It's been a long 2 years since she became lame and her knees were bad. So my heart is just happy. My cup runneth over that she can run and play. She's already been chasing squirrels a few times. I kind of having a heart attack. I'm a little bit leery of letting her loose. Sorry, my allergies are horrible. That also comes with spring. Happy joy of birds and stupid, ugly allergies. So she's healed. She gets to be a dog. She's been chasing squirrels, and I just feel like, oh, what if she does something? The vet has assured us that her knee, it's new knees, right? She's good to go, but it's still scary nonetheless when you've had a dog that's been lame for so long that you're just afraid that she's going to get hurt. So anyways, we went to an antique store while we were waiting and keeping our minds occupied while she was having her last surgery, and they had some antique samplers. The first surgery I went and I'm like, oh, how much money are we spending on the dog today? Like, I can't possibly, and they're not cheap. For those of you that have bought antique samplers and reproduced them, I now know why you don't do it all the time, unless that's like Hands Across the Sea or, a big designer that's what they do. They buy and then reproduce samplers. But the next time, the second surgery, when we went back, I said, okay, I put some money away. I'm going to buy one of these samplers. Well, there was a case, and so they had booths. Different people sold their antiques in this antique store, and there were like booths. One of them had 50% off. There were 3 samplers in there. I only bought one. I showed restraint. They were all beautiful, but this one in particular kept calling to me. I went back to the booth 3 times. I had the very nice lady and gentleman who were working that day open the case. They let me see it up close, etc. And the other reason I went with this one, it was the oldest. So let me introduce to you. Oh my gosh, I gotta remember her name. Why do I get on Flosstube and lose my mind? Phoebe Titus, 1731. So this has been obviously reframed over time. They actually took the back off and they have glued the linen onto a board. inside. This is not museum glass. Obviously, you can see the glare. Thrift stores and antique stores, I really wish I could give the advice of not putting price stickers on the glass, but I will get museum glass for this because obviously with it being almost 300 years old, that blows my mind. She stitched this almost in 1731, so almost 300 years ago. What? Now, I tried to look up Phoebe Titus and do some genealogy. Very novice at that. It's not good. I'm going to try to reach out to somebody. And if you guys know anybody who specializes in this, let me know to help me figure out who Phoebe was. I don't know if this is European. I don't know if this is American. I know nothing except that it's really cool. And it may just be my first foray into charting because I would like to reproduce this. The light is not doing this justice, but there's like some darker colored threads, some like beige or goldish, and maybe they were more yellow at one time. There's some teals, which I thought was beautiful because I'm all about the teals. So yeah, Phoebe Titus, her sampler, and it's probably backwards for you, maybe not. 1731. 1731. I love it. For now, it is sitting made in the year 1731. I just am in awe. I'm in awe. I am in awe of that. So maybe soon to come, Julian Stitches. I'll have to think of a design name for myself, huh? Maybe. You know, that is the next thing I'd like to get into. Is I've got some ideas, but I know nothing about programs to use or for later. And I am wearing a finish. I'll talk about this in the yarn talk at the end, but squeaked it out again. This was on my Whip Go board. If you watched my last video, crochet cabana top. I had it on there for a finish, and I showed that I had like 5 rows and then had to seam it, and I did it. And I like it. I thought it was going to be too long. It's actually really good. It kind of folds up at the bottom because of the structure. So, yeah. Finish. This is one of my finishes. I had no other finishes. No. Except for I made 2 bags, which already had projects. Well, one bag I'm learning. I'm learning about sewing and structure and material types. So I made this bag with like a stretchy fabric. Here, I'll just show you. Where did I put that darn thing? And well, I wanted to make an Earth Day bag. I was doing this on Earth Day. I was cutting material. So it says, love your mother. Love your mother. You'll never have another. And that is true about the earth and your own mom. But yeah, it's stretchy. Like, stretchy. Look at, and then I just powered through. My threads were getting caught. Whatever. I loved the screen batik that I used for the lining, but it is awful. But you know what? It works. It's going to hold some projects. Right? And that's all that counts. Can I just have that count? I'm trying. The other one was better. We'll get to that. All right. So, what else before I dive in? Bird talk. Yep. 2 new birds to me this year too. The Eastern Towhee is here, and the yellow rumped warblers, which I have affectionately dubbed yellow butts, who are cleaning me out because apparently they're only supposed to be passing through. I've never seen one before, but I think they're here to stay because there are a lot of them. I 50 at a time all day long. And I am not kidding. A lot. So bird talk. Oh, the other question for community, for all of you lovely stitchers. I kind of have a monthly theme going, right? If you watch my other videos, Black History Month, Women's History Month, Earth Day Month. Well, Earth Day's all year for me. But May, I like to do something for mental health awareness. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. It's okay to not be okay. But we are sorely lacking mental health resources in, I feel, the whole country. Definitely in the rural communities that I live and work in. And we need to do better to help people or find resources to get people the help that they need, that they're seeking, that they desire, and to just lessen the stigma associated with behavioral health issues, because I think we all suffer. I have anxiety. I have some depression. And it's, we don't, if you have eczema, which I also have, we don't consider that. There's no stigma. Or if you have, I don't know, diabetes, let's just pick any, hypertension. So your brain's part of your body. There's chemicals and hormones that can be wonky. So let's not stigmatize that. That's what I'm saying. So I want a chart or a pattern. I tried to find the semicolon. I've shared before that I had a cousin who passed away from suicide. So I have a tattoo. Oh, there's a robin. I'm sorry. There's a robin grabbing straw to build a nest. So I have the semicolon tattooed on me. The significance of the semicolon is that your story doesn't end here. Keep going. I would like to find like a cool semicolon. I don't know. If you know any mental health awareness charts or patterns, please comment, email, message me on Instagram, and let me know about that. All right. So, whips. First whip. Earth Day month. In April, besides my Whip Go calls, I tried to focus on patterns related to nature or the earth, which for me is not a problem. I could do that all year. I like other things too. Anyways, so first one was the Natural World Sal. Stitch Along Sal, for those of you that don't know, by Pixie Pixel Cross Stitch, who is a fantastic person and a lovely, lovely human being. So she has a Flosstube. Please go watch her. Follow her on Instagram. She's one of the major, one of the primary navigators? No. Mediators? It's not it either. Bosses, leaders, oh geez, words, of the Stitchers Collective. Moving on. You can find, they have a website, you can find them on Instagram. They did the Earth Day Collective, which I'll show you that as well in a few minutes here. Anyways, Natural World. So month by month, she releases part of this pattern. I'm not very far. I'm still stuck, but I am farther than I was. This is on a 22 count heart hanger that I coffee tea dyed. Let's see if I can get it closer this time so it will focus. Yeah. So I got most of January into February. Haven't quite breached into March yet. April and May have now been released, of course. So I've got some catching up to do. But one of my Whip Go calls, I was it 23 and 25? So 23 this month was, I had start a sale or work on sales. So I'm going to do both. I'm doing both. So this is a sale, so I'll work on it. The threads, again, were Night Stalkers Calling. So far, the main color for the border is Boundary Waters, which is all the earthy tones, all of them. The green in the middle so far is a muck, and then I have to still settle on a blue for the contrasting color. For so you can see in the mountains there's this contrast in the waves. I had one picked out. Do you think I wrote it down? I didn't. I'll find it. I'll figure it out, or I'll pick a different one. Either way. Sorry, I'm gonna be bending and turning. I limited space. Temp birds. This might become a focus sale because this is a sale. Chaos Burbs. Hashtag Chaos Burbs. This is the wonderful and fabulous and our favorite medieval historian, Dr. Kristi Corner Needlework. Where is my cover page? On the Etsy. So there is Temperature Birds. So I am doing, so each bird is a low and a high. I am doing this on a 40 count even weave by Grace Notes Fabrics. I can't remember the name. I will tell you in case you are curious. It's a very light pink tone. Butterfly Tea. I like that. Butterfly Tea. So there is where I'm at. So I've got all the lows in for April, a few of the highs. I just gotta fill them in, and then I gotta get that May line done off the fence post so that I can get stitching on May. Wisconsin has been crazy, as per usual. I say that every time. Again, I'm doing all of the low temperatures in the fabulous and fantastic colorways created by Night Stalkers Calling. You can find them on Instagram and on Etsy. Just love them. And again, no, I don't get paid to advertise for them. I just am enamored by their threads. Enamored. And then the highs are all DMCs. All DMCs. Okay. Next. I gotta follow my list or I will forget things. The woodpecker. Oh, and I'll put pictures of where I was for things. Just look for them if I'm not pointing. Oops. The Woodpecker Year in the Woods Series number 9. Cottage Garden Samplery. I said it! I said it correctly. The woodpecker. I see them almost every day. So I was trying to put at least a thread every time I saw Woody and Wanda. I fell behind on that because I just had other things to do. But yeah, Woody and Wanda come frequently. Using mostly the called for. This is a 40 count. Let me just tell you. No. Yes. 40 count granite by Forbidden Fiber Co. This is my favorite. Probably a Forbidden Fiber Co. This is definitely my favorite fabric over dye. So there he is. I really gotta get maybe a clipboard, eh? You guys use a clipboard? I got more of the body done. I got more of the white in. So that's a little bit more difficult to see depending on where I'm stitching and how the light is that day. And my apologies for not ironing. I really should do that. I'm trying. So yeah, that's where I was. How about this? That's where I was. And here's where he's at. And I love him. Her. I love her. I love them. I do. And they're so majestic and they're huge and they're very skittish. And I'm like, hey, Don't you guys realize, like, you're the king of the jungle here in the Wisconsin Northwoods? Like, what is going to mess with a bird that size that can drill holes into trees? Not me. Not messing with them. In the library. In the library. Sorry. In the library, Mojo stitches. Oh, gosh, I just love this pattern. There it is for your recollection. And mine. This was a WIPGO call for April, and I was so incredibly happy. In fact, I may have to rearrange my board just to make sure this is on there again, because I love it so very, very, very much. Where's my card? Where's my card? There it is. Okay. R&R Reproduction Barb's Blend 40 count, and it is designed completely in the gorgeous, beautiful, enchanting, luscious. How many more adjectives can I find to describe cottage garden threads, who are not only do they make these fantastic, beautiful threads in these wonderful, creative color variations, but they are a family-owned business. It's a mom and a daughter and a team of wonderful, beautiful human beings who produce these threads in the country of Australia, and I need every single one. It is a goal. Whew. Just love them. So here is where I was-ish. And here is where I am. I finished. I completed the entire top shelf. Lots of color changes. This is a little confetti-ish. And then I got the border down because I want to get the borders down, and then just to cross-check myself and then start the second shelf. I did have a boo-boo. I'm not even going to point it out. I personalized it. None of the shelves in my house are completely measured correctly, I'm sure, so my first shelf wasn't either. Let's just say I went over a couple stitches on the last candlestick, and it's all good. It's all good. Only I will know. Next. Oh, Dr. Kristi again. She is doing a series of, I gotta cover this up, of patterns. I think she said she's going to do 6. Go watch her. She'll tell you more, called Medieval Marginalia, and these are designs based on the drawings in medieval text, and she gives you a wonderful historical synopsis in each of the patterns of where they came from, why they were drawn, and I love it. I am all about it. I'm all over it. It's historical. I'm learning something. Love to learn and stitch. So, Nun Harvesting Phalluses. Trying to cover up the naughty bits again. But there you go, if you want to see it. Whoop, sneak peek. Okay. So, here's where I was. And I think I worked on this for maybe one day. This is 20 count Ada. Yeah, I never put the card back in here. I think I mentioned that last time. I never did that. I don't have naughty bits yet. 20 count Ada that I coffee tea dyed, and that is where I am. I got more of that nun's dress. Really need to spend some more time, and then this is a Sal. Nun. I can't remember what the Sal is, but I will put it in here. I have time to edit all of this today. I have to go help with a fundraiser, set up a fundraiser later, and then my daughter calls last night to tell me, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about what you sent me the link to play about there being an alumni soccer game at the high school she graduated from, and I'm in a play tomorrow at 6 o'clock. So I sit on the board of directors for my cousin's nonprofit, and they do personal care, home health-ish services, and kids programming in our community for frail elders, veterans, and kids and adults with different abilities. So they're having a quarter auction. Well, my husband thought I had him get me quarters this week while he was in town by the bank. And he's like, why do you need the quarters? And I said, for the quarter auction, you bid on the vendor's products with quarters. He said, oh, I thought it was quarterly. My life. It's fun. It's often fun. So anyways, I am doing that later, and then I will probably go help them set up for a couple hours and then Zoom over to watch her play and maybe bring her an oxygen tank because she's 25. I don't think she's played competitive soccer since she was on an intramural team her freshman year in college. She does manage restaurant and waitresses, like as part of her management role. She still takes tables, so she isn't like lacking exercise, but it'll be fun. Yellow Submarine, I put a few more stitches in on this. This is on, so Yellow Submarine Blackbird design. It's part of the Magical Mystery Tour series, and I'm doing every single one because I am a huge Beatles fan. Immensely huge Beatles fan. All about it. Man, still a lot of BlueJays. Holy cow. So I am doing this on a 14 count Aida. Mystic Fabrics. Mystic Fabrics in the colorway Olympia. Mostly the called for. I'm pretty sure that I subbed out a few, because that's what I do. That's how I do. That's how I do. So yeah. I don't think that when I was pulling screenshots that I found a picture. Thank you, Magical Minders? No. What are they? You guys all know. I'm not Etsy. I'm the SD. Yeah. Yellow Submarine Needle Minder. This is 14 count Aida. Like I said, here's a close-up. And it is easy for me to see in the bad lighting in the living room. I just need to get better lighting. I still wear my 2 pairs of glasses. Yes. So that is it is a fun stitch. I'm not used to doing 2 threads anymore. I've kind of transitioned into higher count fabrics with 1 thread. So my stitches, I don't think look that great, but you know what? It's mine. My stitches can look, nobody sees it from far away. Do you. Do your own thing. Have fun. Enjoy. That, my dear friends, is why we craft. And as long as it brings you joy, do it however you want to. Right? Okay. Mother Nature. Oh. Uh-oh. Where's Mother Nature? Oh, here's Mother Nature. In a me-made bag. Dear Forest. I think I started this the day of when I recorded my last video. I started it that day. April 23rd, right? The day after. Let's just look. No, April 16th, which was before Earth Day, the day after the Stitchers Collective released their Earth Day collaboration 31 patterns, which you can still get until May 15th. Here they are. Go donate at least $10 to a association or a collective or a people that are helping the earth. Go. And then you get 31 patterns. And go to my last video. I did like a scroll through. Anyways, I had to do a random number generator because I could not figure out which one I wanted to do first. And to my complete joy and satisfaction, I landed on Mother Nature by Marroomy Designs. Miriam, my friend Miriam, who is an amazing human being and an amazing designer. And she just did a video to explain to us all of the little hidden creatures and flowers within this design. And I am not going to try because I'm sure that I will mess it up. So please, please go visit. I'll link her below, Miriam at Marroomy Designs, and listen to her explain her design elements in this beautiful pattern. I am doing this on a 20 count Snowy Pine by Color and Cotton. And this is how far I've gotten. I really wanted to finish this by the end of the month, but then quickly realized that Miriam, this was a few more stitches than I thought it was going to be. I zoomed through Song of Naruse, but this is just a few more stitches, and that is fine. And I love my otter. Oh gosh, I think that's the next one I'm going to do, the otter, because I just love them. And I believe, so this fabric, I think I'm going to be able to fit 4 of the designs on here easily. And then I don't know if I will cut them, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know I can fit 4. Thread is Evergreen by Stalkers Calling. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I love it. I love them. Love them, love them. My new box just got shipped. I think this month was a never-ending story. A never-ending story. Oh, that was horrible today. Time for a Claritin. Or a Zyrtec. Or both. Maybe both. All right. And then new starts. Since it's the month of sales, well, it isn't the month of sales, but it was on my Whipco board, and it's Mayhem May. Might as well, right? Might as well. So I started on May 1st, correct? Am I correct? Oh, you guys, I can't flip my page because I got too much stuff laying about. No, I did not start this on May 1st. Did I start this? 4/19. Way off. No steel trap. The Greenhouse of Oddities sale. So many people, and that's why I gave in, because I kept seeing people start. I think I showed you some fabric on the last video that I changed. Because that's what I do. That's how I do. I change things a lot, which is a blessing and a curse. So I landed on a 18 count Ada by Be Stitch Me, and there was only a number on this, number 92. So I believe I must have won it in a fight or got it as a special thing off her website. I don't know. I can't really tell you. However, I wanted green in the fabric that I was doing this on. And this fabric was just like gray, mottled gray with maybe some little hints of green. So I got out the rip dye and scared myself silly. And now it has, oh, the light is not good at all. Well, I'm sorry, but it does have green. That is green still with the grays, and I'm much happier. So that's how far I have gotten. I've only done, I think, 2 stitchy sessions, 2 days on this. It's fun. I can't wait. Again, stitching and learning. They give us, Lola Co. Cross Stitch gives us little blurbs with some education on each of the creatures or fauna, the flora or fauna that she is including in the pattern. So she tells us about the crow for this first release, the European mole, and the golden dart frog or golden poison frog. Well, there's both. The dart frog and the poison frog are on there. One frog can hold enough poison to kill 10 to 20 people. Whoa. Well. So yeah. Learning and cross stitch. And I am just using the called for DMC. Stop it. You stop it. You stop it. I am. So that was a start. Oh, and then I have a restart. I have a restart. Did I? Yeah, I did. Wait. I have a restart in April still on the 27th. So I got out. I was sitting here. I'm like, God, what do I want to stitch on today? I was doing a repeat of Mother Nature and the Woodpecker and a lot, and in the library. And I was just like feeling, something. Had a hankering for something different. So I looked at my shelves and this called to me. It like popped out and said, "Stitch me, stitch me." So I did. But when I pulled it out, I didn't like it. I have now restarted this for the 3rd time, and you're saying, Julie, show us the pattern and show us what you're restarting for the 3rd time, which you're going to be like, why are you restarting that at all, ever? But I am. Rosewood Manor and a Forest Grew. BAP. Big ass project. And yes, I've restarted it for a 3rd time. The first time I did this, I think I showed it in my first video. It was on an 18 count Ada that I had tea-dyed myself. And it was 2 over 1, and it was too much for me as I was going into my stitching journey further, and I was like, 2 over 1 is just not my thing. So then I got way down the rabbit hole with tiny stitching. So I thought, oh, how cute will this be if I do 25 count or 28 count? I think it was 28 count over 1. Well, when I pulled this back out to work on it and I looked at it, I wasn't digging it. It was too small. It was taking me too long to work on it. So I wanted to find it, and the threads were too bulky on the 28. There's a little too much bulk. So I said, okay, well, I fabric dove into my stash and thought to find something that was pretty flat colored and not mottled, and that would be where all of these beautiful greens and reds and some purples and blues. I want all the colors to pop. Anyways, I settled on a 46 count antique white. So it will be a little larger, and I am good with that. And this is all the farther I got on my restart. However, I already have to frog, because as you see, these are not sitting on the branches, which I thought about leaving because not all trees are perfect. But when I'm working and I forget and I don't pick this up for a month, I don't want anything else to get off. So I will frog these 4 leaves, clusters, and restitch them into their appropriate spots. Oh well. So yes, I'm going to be much happier with it now. Progress will continue. This does call to me from time to time. I love this. This is me. I do want different wording. So if anybody has different, like a Ralph Waldo Emerson quote, or somebody, a poet about nature, a poem about nature, and you've already charted it and you can save me some work, I would love it. If not, she does include an alphabet in the chart, right? Yeah, I think so. Yes. So I can probably figure something out. But I love this, the quote in the bottom tree. He that plants trees loves others besides himself. That's down in here. I do love that. So yeah. And a first group. Restart. Off to the races again. Okay. Next new start was on May 1st for Mayhem. Again, you guys are a good influence. You good influencers, you. A bunch of people, and I can't even remember all their names. Cam the Stitcher is one. Bridgen the Museum Stitcher. No, that's not Bridgen. Bridgen is, yes, she is the Museum Stitcher. I think the Seattle Stitcher. There's so many, and there's just so many people. Julie, Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, and there's just a lot of people. Marjorie Maid are doing. Let me get on with it. I'm sorry, I figured that out after I watched my last video. I'm like, sometimes I don't finish sentences. I have so many thoughts, and there are so many trains on the tracks, and sometimes they fall off. Anyways, Carolyn Manning. So it's the Manning May Sal. I picked, it was hard. Oh, I stared at her website, browsed her website for literally a couple hours thinking, what? And she had a really huge sale, so I ended up getting a few. I'll show you the other one that I was a close contender. But I did pick, for the first one, Pipevine Swallowtail. Because well, first of all, I love this design. And then second of all, the colors screamed Southwest to me. I did, however, pick my own flosses. I did not use the DMC as suggested because I went with a even more Southwestish color palette because Julie in the Desert. So, mostly color and cotton. I got some shades of terracotta in there, some teals, and some golds. And then for the black, I picked a Leo and Roxy Vampish. I just wanted like a more toned down grayish. And I, of course, have a cottage garden thread in there. So there will be one of the, that square with this color will be a little variegated, and I'm fine with that. Anonymous. And I think the rest are color and cotton. Oh, no, I do have one DMC 504. Oh, I love that shade of teal. And the light is not doing it justice. Oh, I'm so sorry. There. I love that shade of teal. very light. So I put a few days in on this because I'm loving it. There it is. And I think I kept going because I wanted to make sure, I wanted to get one of each of my colors in there. And I think I have at this point, to make sure that I was going to like my color choices. And I do. Sorry about my thread in the way. Ruth's guarding my needle. Ruth is minding my needle. Ruth would be a great needle minder. I would have her mind anything of mine. What am I doing this on? Oh, so this is a number 12 Stitch Co. She's an Australian. She's awesome and amazing. I placed an order with her, and surprise, in my pack, in my order, I got some ornament cuts. This was unnamed. I don't know. It's 40 count and it's an ornament cut. Or did I order like a mystery thing? I don't remember. I'm so bad at that. I don't remember. So anyways, I thought this would be perfect because there are a couple tiles in here where your color, like I think this is going to be one of them, where you're not stitching, and then this like brown mottled fabric will show through, and I thought it was perfect. So yes, so the other pattern that I think will probably follow about the same color palette for me, and not and will be started not too far behind, is Aztec. Yeah. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Love it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I better get going. Cruise. Sorry, I told you last time my videos are probably just long because I just have too much to say, I guess. My other whip go call for May is Sal. That was started by Bridget, the museum stitcher, for her birthday. And I had this already kitted up, so I said, why not? I have not put any stitches in it at all. This is Night Walked Down by the beautiful, wonderful Janine McGowan at the Blue Flower. Her and her greyhounds, but she's got a black cat on this, and I have a black cat. His name is Jack, and he has one eye, and I love him. Oh, I gotta get that squirrel off. He's gonna eat my jelly. So yes, Blue Flower, Night Walk Down. I am stitching this on Fox and Rabbit Flannel Flower 40 count. I am using mostly the called for floss, and I am making a few substitutions, and I can't remember right now what they are, but that is the same spot I was, I think, when I originally showed this. So, but it will be getting some progress in May, and I am super excited about that. It was a drive-by fruiting. Oh, Robin Williams. So missed. Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah. So I'm excited that I already said that. I'm ecstatic. I am happy and pleased. All right, that's it. Plans. With Go, like I said, concentrating on probably Greenhouse of Oddities and try to get that to where it needs to be before she releases the next. The Natural World sale and in the library. I did also. Oh, I just couldn't help myself. And yep, nope. Oh no, where did I put it? All right, I'll show it next time, and maybe I'll have it started. Darn it! So it's the 80s movie sale by did I write it down at least? Julie. Boo to me. I didn't. 80s movie sale. Can't remember who. Witchy Stitcher? Don't quote me. Anyways, it's so awesome. And the first two squares, which I'm waiting for her to email me because I bought it late because I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do any more sales. And then, like Lola D said that I influenced her to start. I'm like, well, I'll see you my one influence, a greenhouse. I'll see you my one influence, and I will raise you 3 more. Because I just keep seeing people, not just her, but everybody starting, and I can't. I need to. There's just also good. Anyways, the first 2 squares in the 80s movie sales, one of them was 16 candles, which I'm a child of the 80s, and I could recite you that movie from beginning to end from memory. That's how many times I watched it. My best friend and I used to watch it together at least once a week. My cousin and I watched it together at least another time a week. So probably watched it twice a week for years, literally. I'm not even kidding. It's not even a hyperbole. Sarah, Mike, Sam, everybody up. I mean, I can hear it. I can see it. Anyway, 16 candles. And then she's even released expansion packs because she had a hard time like whittling down to 16 movies or whatever. So I think she's designed like 30 different. And I may not do the wholesale because the border is pretty stitch heavy and intense, and that's where I always fail on sales is the darn borders. I can never keep up. So I might just do the movies in their own little squares, and then again, like I said last time, learn how to quilt them together for a wall hanging. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, other plans. I went to Lynn's in Madison yesterday and didn't buy fabric for this pattern at all, but I had an enjoyable time. I had to pick up a print. Oh, you can see it. So down there is Ringo, and that is a painting that my mom, an oil painting that my mom painted when I was a little girl. It was hidden away in her basement in the crawl space, and it had a pretty old frame that wasn't on it, so I took it and got it framed, and it's gonna hang on the wall above where it's sitting right now when I get my husband to help me put a nail in, so that I want like all hand done stuff in my craft room. It's beautiful. It's birch trees and a river and mountains. She did a fantastic job. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So why I haven't started one of these yet, God only knows. Because the Plum Street Samplers piles, right? So I was looking through, I have all of them, except for I think a few more Christmassy themed ones that I wasn't too keen on. But I have all of them anyways. So I went through them the other day, and these hedgehogs just, they're so cute. Why haven't I started one of these? So I kitted it. Well, I didn't fully kit it yet, but I picked my fabric. This is a Dixie coconut, and I did actually get this at Lynn's the first time I went when I dropped off my framing. So that's maybe why I'm thinking about Lynn. Dixie toasted coconut, 40 count. And I should be able to get a few on that fabric because this is 40 count. They're going to be smaller. And I got the 2 classic Colorworks pine needles and pea pod that were needed for that, and the rest I will pull from stash, substitute if needed, etc. and so on. So that is going to be a start maybe in Mayhem, maybe not. We'll see. The other pattern that I want to get kitted up and start, as I was looking for that, I found this, and I don't know why I haven't started this yet. This is Heartstring Samplers, A Dog's Last Will and Testament. Except that I want to, so I think her design aesthetic was to write this like a dog would write it. So words flow from one line to another. So like they all have the E's on the next line. I want to straighten that out. So I'm going to have to figure out a program to use to sort of rechart this. Not use all of the same lettering, font, keep the dogs in there, but just have all the words go together. So it'll probably just be a little bit wider, and then I'll just center everything. Getting around this dog is going to be tricky, so I don't know if I'm going to have to eliminate that dog or put a smaller dog or what I'm going to do. But boy, did this call to me, and boy, is it true. You know, it talks about when you lose a dog, the dog is telling you to go get another dog. Like, go adopt a dog that needs your love and will bring you joy and fill that space in your heart. You know, there's always a hole. I mean, us animal owners know that, right? When you lose a pet, there's always a hole, and that pet will always be a part of you. But there's so many animals in need of good homes. And that was kind of our philosophy when we lost our last lab mix, is we waited like a month, and then I'm like, it's time, because look at all these animals in need, and that's what Natty would have wanted us to do. So we got Lucy, the $10,000 free dog. We love her. I forgot to do for free for me last time, so for free for me. So a couple different patterns from a couple different places this time. The Wishing Thorn, Bridget, if you have not checked her out, or Birgit, I believe. She has a floss tube as well. I hope I'm not sitting on a throne of lies. Am I sitting on a throne of lies, Birgit? I think she does. She's got a beautiful website. Lots of stuff. Many beautiful patterns. But this is a freebie on her website. Mom. Oh, and it's the pattern, but it's free. There. Mom. So Mother's Day is next weekend. I will not finish that in time for Mother's Day, but maybe for next year. And then Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist. She's got freebies. So this picture I got from an alternate website, because on Beth's website there wasn't a picture of the pattern, there was just the pattern. So I found the picture, and this was going to be an Earth Day stitch, but then the Stitchers Collective, girl, all those wonderful stitchers, ladies and gentlemen, they got me. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. Word. Truth. That's a throne of truth. I sit on the throne of truth with that. And then also on Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist, look at these peacocks. Look at these peacocks. And isn't that what it's called? Is that what it's called? 3 peacocks. That's what it's called. Free. For free for me and you. Go check it out. And then that border is very beautiful as well, but I think I may just stitch the 3 peacocks. I think 1 peacock might be a tiny stitch, but I also want to stitch Miriam's funky animal menagerie peacock as a tiny stitch. Maybe I'll do both. And then I'm already looking forward to June, and the only reason I am looking forward to June is because Miss Laura, Oddities Stitches, showed this on her floss tube, and I'm sorry, I know that I mention her like 4.2 times per video, but seriously, if you have not watched her, oh, she's delightful. She's just so joyous, and she will bring laughter into your life for an hour and a half, and she's knowledgeable and just a sweet human being, and I am happy to call her my friend. I message her with questions about sewing, and she very graciously answers me. And yeah, Laura, I appreciate you. I hope you know that. Anyways, long time cross stitch pattern by Nocturnus Arts. This is a The Last of Us series, homage to The Last of Us series. If you've seen this episode, you know. It's a tearjerker. So just beautiful. So that, I think is there a sale, guys? Is there a sale? Can't remember. Anyways, yeah. I love those strawberries. And then, like, well, you know, I declare June the month of strawberries because I've had this in my book of days and I keep putting it sticking it in the next month. Stitchman Darcy. Go watch him. You will not be disappointed. Hilarious and fun and also an amazing, brilliant, talented designer. Let me take you down. Beatles. John Lennon's glasses are in the tree. That's his hair, right? Like, that's a brilliant design. It really is. Strawberry Fields Forever. So, let's see how many other strawberry patterns I can find. Anybody got any suggestions? Might as well start all the strawberries in June. And mine should be actually producing by June, so that's kind of perfect. That's kind of perfect. Haul, I'm going to make this quick because this is going to be an hour and a half again. It just is. Sorry for my bending. Let me just get this stuff up here. I am not organized at all, am I? That is not haul. Where did that come from? Okay. Dr. Kristi. I've already mentioned her. 4.2 times as well. Maybe 3.6. Next Medieval Marginalia. I can show you the whole one of this. This is Toot Your Own Horn. Oh my gosh. I just can't even. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Go check her out, please. Kristi's Corner Needlework on the SD. Yeah. And then go watch her Flosstubes because she goes into more depth on the explanation behind these designs and where they came from. And I love it. I did a Stitchy Box order because I keep watching Michelle Bendy Stitchy use this color and she has proclaimed it to be her favorite dark black color. This is Bad Orchid. And I think I gotta agree with her. It is a very nice dark grayish black. And then while I was out there, I got a 40 count lemon. What's a lemon? Lemon? Linen. 40 count linen small cuts like a grab bag. So there were 4 colors in here. I think there were 2 packs of 4 colors. Can't remember. But fiber on a whim. So just this very dark neutral. I can find all kinds of things to do with these, people. All kinds of things. Not that I need more things, but like a purplish blue, a violetish blue, a green. Oh, I love that green. That has an Earth Day pattern. That has an Earth Day collab pattern written all over it, as does this one. This is like a sea foam. Ooh, that's not showing up well. That looks light blue. It's not. It's like a sea foam green. Wow, that light's really bad today. I'm sorry, you're probably not seeing anything correctly. My apologies. And then I got my fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics. From Misty at Mystic Fabrics. The Summer Sampler. Summer Quaker? What's everybody doing? What is that? It's like a seaside summer. If the light doesn't show this, I'll be angry. What? Yeah, what did she call this? Illusion. Purples and greens and blues. Oh, so pretty. So incredibly pretty. And then like last time she had that little duck and little frog. This time we got a seahorse. So cute. Again, I have to figure out how to make like progress creepers with those. Progress creepers. And we all creep on each other's progress. Sorry, I gotta put things where I won't put things, or I won't put things where. I got, where did I get this from? 1, 2, 3, I think. The Big Bad Heart sampler that I'm still kitting up and can't decide. I think I've settled on doing reds and pinks. I think. Because my thought is to use, and this is a fiber on whim for, nope, 20 count Ada and Cobalt. Because I want the background to be blue blood. So red blood, oxygenated blood for the stitching, and blue blood. And I got an Ada so that I can just go a little quicker and enjoy, because that's also a BAP. It's also a big ass project. So I'm gonna put that in the Big Bad Heart sampler box so that I don't lose it. And then while I was out there, I also got, so this I thought was going to be lighter. There was a project that I wanted this oatmeal color for, and it is not lighter. I'm not mad at it. I'll use it for something. It's beautiful, but this is Fiber on a Whim 20 count Ada in the colorway oatmeal. And I enjoy it. I do. I enjoy it a lot. It is fantastic. It just isn't, God, what project was that for? It just isn't what I wanted it to be. You know what would work? You know what would be nice on this? The Greenhouse of Oddities sale. I'm not restarting it. I'm not restarting that. Not restarting it. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. All right. And then I went to Lynn's yesterday to pick up that framing, and I got a few things. I got, oh my gosh, you guys. This is not even funny. I'm gonna cover up the price tag. I didn't need this. This was very much a want, not a need. Sorry for the crinkling. Oh my gosh, if you have headphones on, now I understand it, even though I like the crinkling. Well, this was also a want, not a need. They had some Belsois Classic Colorworks terracotta. I am just so into it. Terracotta. They only had 2. So what I don't know is there a dye lot on these? There is, because I have been thinking about starting the Beatrix Potter. Go watch Nithya on Daybreak Stitchery, and she gave a great explanation and in fact utilized all of the initials on that. She did the companion piece. We're all women naturalists, and Beatrix Potter was a naturalist. In fact, before she wrote Peter Rabbit, like, that's what she is and did, is a naturalist. And was very big into conservation and preservation of nature. Naturalist. But I think I might do that, Beatrix Potter, in this terracotta. If I find the right fabric, which might just be this. Oh, bisque. Lakeside Linens bisque is probably my favorite neutral. Really, seriously. I think it is. I love it. So I got a whole half. I got a fat half. Because that's all they had. A 46 count. Oh, I can't see. Yep, 46. But wouldn't that be pretty? Wouldn't that be pretty? I don't know. We'll see. I love it. That's it. Oh, I got 2 patterns. I just got some extra flosses that I needed. Oh, hey. Whoops. I'll show that next one. I got So last time I was there, they had more work basket patterns, and darn me, she has like these funky animal ones. Nithya also showed a few of those on her last Flosstube. They had more there, so I dug through everything. Like, I was literally in there for 2 hours searching. She didn't have any more. I asked her, she looked, she couldn't find them. But I did find this one, which I thought was super cool, and I love the sentiment, and this might actually be a mental health awareness stitch, because it says it takes more than fine feathers to make a fine bird. And I think that means that we need to judge people for what's on the not judge, don't ever judge people. But we need to recognize the beauty that's within a person and not outside. And everybody's beautiful in their own way. I like it. I like it. And then those darn model stitches on the wall. Quit model stitching and putting them on your walls. Cross stitch shops, darn it. Barbara Anna designed Funky Bird. They had 2 models. 2 different people did this. But they just did the bird, and then they put their own sayings, and I can't remember, like, one was very inspirational, and I really liked it. So I picked this up because I think I'll do the same. I think I'll omit the alphabet and then chart a different saying on it. So good. XG Designs Fabric of the Month for April is beautiful. And this bird might actually go on this. Look at this. Look at. This is Dirty Clothes. And I get a 46 count linen. Dirty Clothes. And then she sends, as I've shown you, she has a Year of Flowers, and this month is tulips. Vintage tulips. Very cute. And she sends a thread. A gift thread. And it's the purple for the tulips. And I love purple. I love me some purple. So that is that, and very nice. I better move these off my notebook or I'll lose where I am. Okay, and that's it. I will share that next time. Books. Cross-stitch books first. Thrift. Needlework from Nature. I did buy this either Goodwill online or BW Thrift Books online. Book World Thrift. $5 or $6 with shipping. I think, if I remember right. Oh, look. Calgary, Alberta. Somebody in Canada owned this book. To all my Canadian friends, I got a little piece of you with me. Needlework from Nature. Okay, I will tell you that the chart's in here, and I will show you one because really you're not going to be able, if you can screen capture this and get the chart off of it, more power to you, because holy Moses are they. Like, here's a rabbit and clover. Look how teeny tiny. Like, I'm going to have to put this in my, if I stitch one of these, I'm going to have to put it in my printer and blow it up, like, by 300. So there are pictures, though, of the charts that are in here. Let me show you some. Here's a sparrow. And, oh, I love this dove with the rainbow behind it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, hey. Yeah, hey. Look at cranes. Lion. Oh, look at this ferret. It's a white ferret. Oh, so cute. So old, 1987. And there's some sea life. A big whale and a dolphin. Look at the background of that. So that is a thrift book. I also got The Art of William Morris and Cross Stitch. I've seen people doing William Morris patterns. Again, $4 or $5. In fact, I think I have 2 of these. So future giveaway, possibly, because future share the love because why do I need to? They have different covers, but they're the same patterns. So what's up with that? Half price books. Doesn't have a price, but I know it wasn't expensive. Okay, some of my favorites. Look at those 3 bird pillows. 3 birds. The bird pillows. Oh, so good. Peace house. Look at those peace doves. And I think I would just do peace on the top and leave the house out. I don't know. That's what I was thinking about. And I think, well, maybe they are different because I recall as I was flipping through these, there's a huge tapestry of his, and these are mainly just smalls. So maybe I do have 2 different books. Tell me, you guys know if there's 2 different ones. These are so pretty. The tapestry pictures. Look at those flower stitches. So pretty. I really like those. All right. Okay, not to linger. Chop, chop. Chip, chop, chip. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to move these things. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm just trying to stay a little organized. Moving on. Yes, moving on. I will do books next because I actually finished a book. Hallelujah. And then I'll go to yarn, and I don't have much for yarn, but I do have a little for yarn. I finished books. A book. I finished Lark Ascending. I think I talked about this in my first or second Flosstube. You know, so January, February. 5 stars. I'm not really stingy with stars. If I like it and it was a good read and it was well written, I'm probably giving it 5 stars. I do have a Goodreads. You guys aren't going to get much out of that because I just haven't really read a whole lot lately. But I'm changing that. I'm trying to read every day now, a little bit. And like I said, I want to start listening to books on tape. But this is I call it dystopian realism. It is like, this is a dystopian future that could realistically happen due to climate change. The description of what is happening environmentally in this book could be real, could be a real thing. So, but the story is beautifully written. It follows this young man's escape from the United States, and his trials and tribulations and losses and formed relationships, especially with a dog. Thank goodness. I was ready to cry. I had the Kleenex out. They don't, descriptively end the dog's life. I'll just tell you that in case you're like me and you can't handle dogs dying in books or animals in general. He gets old and naturally dies, but I think they wrapped up the end a little quick. But besides that, it was a very well written story. Silas House. So thank you if you were just here for cross stitching books. I'm going to move on to yarn. I don't really have too much to talk about there, so if you want to stick around and listen to my ramblings about fiber, you may. I worked on, not only I powered my way through the speckled fade on my rattlesnake. My rattlesnake again, by Jamie Hoffman is here, and I'm going to do long sleeves here. So not only did I power my way through the speckled fade, I am now on to knitting in the round. Hallelujah. Which is so hard unless I back myself up. Yes, yeah. Okay, you guys, please bear with me. Okay, So there it is. I speckle fade. And actually, I'm not mad at this because, you know, it was supposed to have these little lines. And I kind of liked how I kind of created like some mountain looking, again, Arizona mountain. Can't stand anywhere in Arizona and not see some hills. So yeah, there's my Oriole again. Sorry. So yeah, I enjoy it. And I'm happy with the color choice now. And I can just knit. So like my son had surgery last week. Small procedure. He's doing well. He's doing great. He's healing. I took that and I was able to just knit a few rows while I was waiting and nervous. So it was good. And of course, I told you I finished my crochet cabana sweater. Again, this is a pattern and this was printed off the internet, so it's crazy. This is a pattern by Sorella. Yep, Sorella.com. It's a free pattern. Go get it. Here it is. And I used a King Coal super soft drifter in the colorway Kansas. And I like it. I like it. It turned out good and it fits. Like I have probably a good long-standing history of stitching patterns, knitting, crochet garments that, I mean, one time I made a cardigan, you guys, and it was literally a blanket. Like, we could have fit our whole family in there. I said, let's just throw it in the camper, and if we're ever cold at night, we can all huddle under my cardigan. So much yarn. And that's crochet, so probably, I don't even know. And I was not about to rip it out. Whatever. It got donated. I hope somebody's enjoying their blanket. I put literally the Desertscape crochet blanket. I literally put one row, I think, or two. One or two. Yeah. So I'm still down in the barrel cactus section, she calls it. And I think I'm off. So I might have to frog. Ribbit. Ribbit. Urgh. Which is fine. It's fast. It's crochet. That's not the tragedy it is if you're off by like 500 stitches in a cross stitch project. Then you get the Kleenex out and ask for a moment of silence. Crochet, not so bad. Like, that's easy to catch up. I'm just looking around to make sure that I am not forgetting anything else. Oh, I did get my yarn. Excuse me. Excuse my bend. I got my Farmer's Daughters fiber. I talk about them every time. This is because I'm in their monthly sock set. And April was very spring. Pinks and purples and deeper blues in there. Some speckling. Oh, they just do such a good job. Such a good job. So beautiful, and I need more time to knit. Okay. I hope that you guys have a I hope it's spring or fall if you're far away. I hope that you do something that makes you happy today. And have the best day that's available to you. I really like that saying. I hope that you know that you matter. And you're amazing, and you're awesome, and you are perfect just the way you are. And everybody is beautiful. You're all beautiful. And I wish you all the best. I will be back at some point. And like I said, it might be after the end of May because life's going to get a little crazy. But I will enjoy watching all of you and seeing all of you. And please share. Find me on Instagram. I love seeing everybody's work. I try to comment as much as I can because I think that anybody that crafts anything at all. You're practicing self-care, you're creating, you're taking time for yourself. And I just think that's amazing. And I love to see it. So share it with me. Share it with me. All right. I love you. Be kind. Be a good human. Peace.